Johnny's Bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty.
Watch Johnny's Bite.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. It's Tuesday. I trust that you are fine, and to all our affiliates across the country who are listening to us, we celebrate you, we love you. Damasi Akpelo, Daniel Feshi, thank you so much indeed for joining us on Johnny's Bite every single day. The simple task you have to do this morning for us is to share the link with family and friends, like and send a comment or share a comment under the stream. We're live on 3FM 92.7. We're also live on TV3 Ghana, but predominantly live on 3FM 92.7. And the hashtag is Johnny's Bite. Hashtag Johnny's Bite. Yesterday, I met a senior citizen, and I had the opportunity to have a chat with him, but it was on something else. So when I got back to work, this senior citizen called me, and then he says, Johnny, I said, yes, sir. He said, is everything making sense to you now? I said, oh, no, sir. I don't understand. Can you explain further? And then he said, what is going on at SNIT? And I said, sir, well, SNIT is giving some of its assets to somebody who is in government, because the argument is that it was put through public tender and they got it rightly. He said, is that so? I said, yes, sir. And then he said, have you seen the Japa dear document? I said, yes, sir. He said, have you read it? I said, yes, sir. He says, where is Dr. Tinkong? I said, he's at home, sir. I said, what? He said, what happened to him? I said, well, he was replaced with Honorable Yao Safo Mafo. There was a senior presidential advisor's son, sir. He said, okay. And where is Dr. Tinkong's deputy? I said, he also resigned and protested and resigned, sir. He said, okay. He said, so will the sale happen? I said, I don't know, sir. He said, so what has organized labor said about it? He said, organized labor have said that they will go on strike if the deal continues, sir. Then he asked me, so didn't organized labor have representatives on the whole SNIT, structure and arrangement when these things were happening? I said, I don't know, sir. And then he says, tomorrow I want you to play a tape for me. The tape where in 2016, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, said that if you want to make money, his government is not the place to make money. But if you want to make money, the private sector is the place to make money. He said, can you play that tape? I said, yes, sir, I can play it. He said, play it without failing. If not, I will invoke your Father's Spirit to come for you. Listen to the tape.
Said it, and I'll repeat it again. Those who are coming to this administration thinking that it's an avenue for making a lot of money are going to be disappointed. They better go to the private sector. That is where people make money, not in government.
Please play it again. Play the tape again for me, please.
I've said it and I'll repeat it again. Those who are coming to this administration thinking that it's an avenue for making a lot of money are going to be disappointed. They better go to the private sector. That is where people make money, not in government. I've said it and I'll repeat it again. Those who are coming to this administration thinking that it's an avenue for making a lot of money are going to be disappointed. They better go to the private sector. That is where people make money, not in government.
So, Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach, Elmina Beach Resort, Ridge Royal Hotel, Busia Beach Resort, Trust Lodge Hotel. Mr. President, it be private sector or it be public sector? All the workers in Ghana, whether you're a permanent worker or a casual worker, when you work and you earn your salary at the end of the month, sorry, a certain amount of it is mandatorily deducted so that your future could be cushioned for you. The organization that manages these deductions or contributions from the members of SNIT is called the Social Security and National Insurance Trust. They then will go and invest the money into what they think can become a profitable venture that will get some more money so that they can cushion the future of the people. Today, that Social Security and National Insurance Trust says the top 6 of the juiciest, and we sat down for others to be sold, is now going to be given to somebody who sits in your cabinet as a Greek minister. And you say you have not heard, Mr. President, and that's what you said in 2016, that my government is not the avenue to make money. If those who think who are coming in to make money need to go back because the private sector, that's where the money is. Is that what we call conflict of interest? And should it have come from a member of the government? We started talking about land grabbing. Land grabbing at the most prime areas of this country, not Accra, this country. Because it is happening all across the country. Now we are talking about grabbing of assets of the establishment, of the republic. It's a sad thing. And it will be one of the legacies of President Akufo-Addo, sir. You said that you don't want somebody to come to destroy the legacy that you have. But if this is the legacy you are building and supervising, I'm sorry, sir. Changes happened at SNIT not so long ago. That was what the senior citizen called me and spoke about. We had seen the Acheampong document and we were doubtful. But things played out nicely in the Acheampong document. And it's played out in the banking sector, it's played out in the insurance sector, it's played out everywhere. I told you, if you like, look for a government vehicle, the green plates. *920*57#. Enter the car number and check if it is the state insurance company that is insuring the government vehicle. Government is refusing to do business with government. And they are jeopardizing the future of workers. They are. When the international report, ILO, said that, SNIT will be unable to pay pensions by a certain date because all the reserves have been depleted, they say, boy, it is not possible. They are telling us blah, blah, blah. But if the investments you have made are now going to be sold off like Kelewili, then we have a problem. And it is even more worrying when it is a minister of state, a cabinet minister for that matter. As I said yesterday, a legal problem may not have arisen, but the moral argument. And you see, when these things happen and you have people at the very top, including presidential staffers, defending this. I'm not talking about low level presidential staffers. I'm not talking about the small boys at the. I'm talking about the people at the top. When you hear them defending it, you know that there's something in the soup. Mr. President, it was this. Play the video again. Play that video again. Play that video again.
And I'll repeat it again. Those who are coming to this administration thinking that it's an avenue for making a lot of money are going to be disappointed. They better go to the private sector. That is where people make money, not in government. I've said it and I'll repeat it again. Those who are coming to this administration thinking that it's an avenue for making a lot of money are going to be disappointed. They better go to the private sector. That is where people make money, not in government.
Well, Mr. President, the people of Ghana listened to you, and they did, and this, and Mokola did this. Tafla, blah, ibitus, and they chose you. You gave us the impression that what was happening there was so bad. It was so bad. We were told even that the presidency had been so depraved. Wallahi, we must rescue this country. You told us that it was so bad that wallahi, one of your key acolytes, today MPA, in spite of the fact that we have a deregulated space, the MPA is now doing what it wants. And the fuel prices keep going up. And they are all quiet. You told us that the presidency has been so depraved. And that Ghana's day of shame had come and that we needed to give you the presidency to turn things around. We listened to you. We gave it to you. Mr. President, the key question is, have you done better? If you look at the things that are happening, have you done better? Maybe one of these days, we should just publish the book of daily scandals. Maybe one of these days, I think we should publish the book of daily scandals, because not a single day comes and goes without a daily scandal from your government, Mr. President. So we should publish the book of daily scandals. One day, I'm sure we should publish it. Because just last week, how many did we have? The week before, how many did we? Now we seem to have lost count. We don't finish discussing one issue and then the other comes in. We don't finish discussing Honorable Akwanuma and then another thing comes in. We don't finish discussing Cecilia Dapa and then another thing comes in. These days on the street, Mr. President, if you don't know, the boys on the streets, when they have, if they have foreign currency, they say, oh, this is my dollar, this is my pound, and they go Cecilia Dapa. They are not taking it there. And you see, it makes a whole mockery of your government when your government went to arrest 79 Abochi at Tudu. You made a case out of it, the whole charade. PR gimmick. You arrested them. The Bank of Ghana said they were the ones that were making our CD fall. The blame was put on Abochi because Abochi cannot explain himself. Abochi cannot write statement at the police station. Abochi has no lawyer. 79 of them, they were arrested. Today we are hearing how much was Abochi's money. And how much is Cecilia Dape's money? And what is the interest in trying to sell off these 6 hotels? The labor unions are burying their teeth. But you see, I blame the labor unions. You have representatives at SNIT. Were they sleeping or were they taking brown envelopes? I think it's about time we took SNIT away from the hands of the politicians and gave it to the labor unions to manage their own affairs. After all, it is our contribution. After all, we are the members of SNIT. What is for workers is for workers. And they must manage it. Where you have politicization of those institutions that are supposed to be of national character, this is what you get. That one person comes up and takes 6 state-owned, put the hotels on there, 6. Labadi Beach Hotel is Ghana's first 5-star sleeper. La Palm Royal Beach Resort. We have held a 3FM all-white party there recently. Elmina Beach Resort. Ridge Royal Hotel. Busia Beach Resort. Trust Lodge Hotel. All of these ones are going to one man in your government. And you said that your government is not the avenue to make money. But if you want to make money, stay in the private sector. Or, Mr. President, you have forgotten. Have you so soon forgotten? Or were you just giving us vibes and Takashi things to make us excited? Take me to the OSP's department. Let's wrap up with that. We are being told by the OSP that, yes, we're able to, we have saved money and put a notice up there for. It's dated the 20th of May for immediate release. The Office of the Special Prosecutor and the Controller and Accountant General's Department have released findings into the Government of Ghana's Payroll Administration. The investigation covered employees on the government payroll in the Northern Region only. The OSP and Controller and Accountant General observed that the payroll system in the Northern Region, covering educational institutions under the Ghana Education Service and the Tamale Teaching Hospital only, is attended to by an alarming number of unauthorized and inactive validators. In one instance, it was discovered that a primary school in the Kombongo district of Ghana Education Service did not exist at all. Yet, this non-existent contrived entity was represented as staffed, and the purported staff were being validated monthly and being paid salaries. Who was validating them and who was paying them? A staggering amount of 2,854,144 Ghana cedis, 80 pesos, was identified as unearned monthly salaries attributed to individuals who were deceased, retired, no longer in their postings, flagged as missing, or whose whereabouts are unknown, commonly referred to as ghost names. By blocking these payments and removing the corresponding individuals from the government payroll, the Republic saved 34,249,733 Ghana cedis, 60 pesos for the 2024 financial year. Additionally, ongoing savings are expected for subsequent years, along with potential upward pay adjustment, thanks to the detection of these unearned salaries facilitated by the joint investigation of the OSP. The OSP and Controller Accountant General are engaged in enhanced investigations into the educational institutions under the GES and in the Northern Region and in the Tamale Teaching Hospital, aimed at the prosecution of persons who promoted the non-existent school, validated deceased, blah, 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 all of those ones. The question is, we have biometric processes, don't we? We have been told that we are in a digitalized era, haven't we? We are told, and sometimes the workers will tell you how it is difficult for them to get onto what they call controller. Some people have worked for months and they haven't been paid. Some people still are hoping that they will receive their first salaries. Every now and then we have supervisors who come around to come and validate people. So how did the ghost names appear? And you see, to the OSP, this is good job. But this is a low-hanging fruit. You know why? There are big fishes that must be caught. I'm still waiting for that major case by the OSP because, you know, in opposition, the MPP made a whole lot of argument. They gave the whole country an impression that everybody, almost everybody in the government at the time was corrupt. Today, with the benefit of power and in the dying days of the government, I'm looking for that star prosecution to happen, at least one. Martin Amidu couldn't do it. He now takes pleasure in writing petitions for his successor to be sacked. His successor too has not been able to do one. When you ask the question, they tell you, we are in court. I know you are in court, but the point is that the government made so much. We have seen people expedited judgment and all of that, speedy trials. We have seen them. Haven't we seen them? We have seen them. So when Martin Pebu says that the OSP's office is another PR stunt by the Akufo-Addo government, I'm tempted to believe. I am tempted to believe. I am tempted so to believe. How did the ghost names appear? When Dr. Bawumia pulled that thing up for me, Dr. Bawumia told us that all ghost names had been eliminated. He told us. So how is the OSP talking about ghost names? Government has removed all ghost names from the public payroll system. Dr. Bawumia, 9th April 2024. He said, we have removed everything. All the ghost names have been removed. And the staggering report I read for you, the press release, says that in only one regional, and that one, it's even only educational institutions and the Tamale Teaching Hospital in the Northern region alone. So what about the other 15 regions? What else is there? Have they actually, those ghost names, have they been taken off? Or do they still exist? And how did they get in there? And you know, I think this is also an opportunity for Mr. Kweni Busumpim, the outgone Controller and Accountant General, to literally clean himself. Why? Was he not the same person who left his job to go and campaign as aspiring member in the, what do you call it, Akim Swedro area? He left his job. The leaders of this country are showing the youth very bad examples to follow. He left his post, went there, the people in Akim Swedro showed him his smoothness level, and then he ran back, and then he came to come and resign. Why didn't he resign before he went there to go and contest? I think this is also trying to clean him up. The people are awake. The people are watching. The people are looking. And these are the key issues that the people talk about down there. Mr. President, they won't tell you these things. You know why? Because the sycophants, most of the sycophants and the hypocrites around you want to sing your praise so that you continue to keep them in those places where you have kept them. They won't tell you these stark realities, and they will create a certain impression that, oh, I'm not their way. So in the past, when some of you spoke about these things and you spoke about them passionately in the media, were you defending Ghana? Did you have Ghana in mind, or it was your party that you had in mind? You see that you have been exposed? You have been exposed. 6 hotels are going away. And then now ghost names are now being found, when we have been told that ghost names had been eliminated. So the question is, which is which? Aye. Good morning. Call me. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Odewale, how are you?
I'm quite good.
Talk to me.
And the people will see